If you guys would like to get yourself some official Simpzy merchandise, check out my Spreadshirt link in the description below for t-shirts, hoodies, mugs and cups. If you do make a purchase, send me a photo on Twitter and I will retweet it. But regardless, let's get stuck into the video. Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How are you all doing? Welcome back to some more Hearts of Iron 4. We're playing as the United Kingdom on the modern day mod. We're playing as Queen Elizabeth II. This is episode 3. In today's episode, we're going to be dealing with the consequences of World War III. It is currently the 8th of February 2019, and we're going to be fighting the Russians on their home soil here today. We are just south of Zenit St. Petersburg. We have 24 divisions here. I'm using the modern day mod, the Chaos mod, and also a new Hearts of Iron submod. As you can see here, the Russian units have been retextured. We've got some jet fighters screaming across here as well. Over the, what is this sea again? The Baltic Sea, which looks really quite nice. So we've got some naval results as well. What are the Russians actually fielding? I'm not entirely sure what that rifle is, but it looks like it's some sort of Dragunov class or something. We've got orgs we're currently running with, and we've got our own tanks. So welcome back to the series, guys. The main objective is, of course, to reform the British Empire under Queen Elizabeth II. Currently David Cameron is technically in the command, but we're currently 48% monarchy. There's going to be an election in May 2020, so we might be able to flip over soon. In the last episode, if you haven't gone and watched it, we managed to take India, and I'll sort of recap the scenario as things stand. So in the last couple of episodes, we managed to take Australia, of course. Managed to retake that penal colony. We made Tasmania an independent country. They're under the command of the fucking Kiwi Barnaby Joyce. Over in Ireland, we managed to take the entirety of it. And we've also managed to take the bottom half of India. So basically what happened is we invaded India. Beforehand, China and Pakistan were actually fighting together against the Indians. So that's why half of it's been taken. The war room hasn't finished up just yet because all these minor wars have actually combined. So we've got this huge Asian coalition of peoples over in the east with Pakistan and China who have taken sways of territory. Now, there's a couple of wars going on. We've got the Chinese-Indian War. They've lost 300,000 people, 129 Pakistanians. India's lost 120k, and Russia is involved in that conflict. Oh, they've actually lost 26%. I think they've been nuked quite a bit. So the Congolese are at war with Sudan. Uganda's at war with Rwanda. We are playing the Chaos mod, so everyone is just going ballistic. So we've got the Armenian and Azerbaijan war. So this is actually World War III, and I'll show you sort of the consequences of that. And then we've got the Pakistan-Afghanistan war. So basically what happened is Armenia and Azerbaijan were fighting each other. Then for some reason, Turkey got the bright idea to, declare war upon, I believe it was Armenia, and then obviously Armenia is in CSTO, a NATO member is declared war on. There's some section or whatever. If a NATO member is declared war upon or gets attacked, then you're at war with all of NATO. So now we're at war with the Russians, which combined my Indian war because India joined CSTO in the end. So there's a couple of pockets of resistance. We're going to be dealing with the Russians here today, CSTO. They've actually taken a huge sway of coastline here, the Americans and the Greeks. Quite funny. They've actually got a bit of a chunk here, the States, and same with the Greeks. How well are they pushing? So there's a bit of fighting on the Belarus and Polish border. A lot of Polish technical equipment and, of course, Russians. They're rocking with some M4A1s by the look of it, or maybe they're sort of ACR sort of stuff. I'm not entirely sure about my rifles. Anyway, there's a bit of conflict here. We're going to be pushing straight up from St. Petersburg. We've actually taken it. We currently have our... Is our navy in the Baltic? Not quite just yet. We've got some naval results. We've managed to sink 2 Russian submarines. Wow, the Greeks have lost a lot of stuff here. 13 frigates, 13 corvettes. And some destroyers as well. Wowzers. Anyway, we should be on... Oh, okay, they're currently repairing in Sussex. I wanted them on search and destroy in the Baltic, which would have been a bit better. Right, we currently have air Yeah, we've currently got air support nearby, so let's chuck them over the top to St. Petersburg. What are the odds if we were to push over the line? So we get a -20 because our divisions are still training, but 80% inferior enemy. You know what? You gotta risk it for the brisket. If I do say so myself, we've got to hit them, and hit them hard. 8th of February 2019, let's try and push the the Russians with the Amerikranskis. So we've got some Polish equipment helping us here. We're going to surround and kill, hopefully, some Russian units here. So we've taken St. Petersburg. We really just need to push for Moscow. Just out of curiosity, I'll just put it on medium here. So for this war to wrap up, Russia needs to capitulate. That's the Chinese-Indian War. And it's just Russia, which is absolutely fantastic. So we don't have to go all over the world and fight some fuck-off obscure country. Okay, we have air supremacy here now. So let's drop some bombs on key cities in Russia. So we're going to be reforming the British Empire partially in Russia, which is a bit crazy if I'm being honest. But regardless, quite cool, to say the least. Oh, I was wondering why we couldn't nuke anymore. It's because we actually don't have any more nukes in the bag. But boom shakalaka. Take that, Putin. You pussy. Anyway, here looks like an AC-130 has delivered the payload. Making a huge gap here. Maybe we hopefully can surround and kill. Oh, here we go. The treaty, Afghanistan and Pakistan. So who actually won that then? Oh, wow. Socialist Republic of Afghanistan. Communist. Okay. Are they a client state? Oh, they're a puppet of China. Oh, I was wondering where that communism influence was coming. I was like, hang on a minute, isn't like Pakistan Islamic? Anyway, we're currently 40% monarchist. NATO isn't actually sending us units to Commander. I thought they would have, to be honest. I thought they would have been a little bit more sort of inclined, you know. You know what, let's actually push up through here. It's probably not a bad shout. Push up through there and then we can continue on. No. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like they're really interested. Okay, so my navy has arrived here. Not really doing too much. HMS York and Liverpool. Lancaster. 3 units, 3 submarines have lost. National focus-wise, let's continue down our doctrine sort of stuff. Because specific focus stuff doesn't really apply to us. Let's get some upgrade in our naval capacity. That's not a bad shout. And I've got some more other results here. Dealing with a lot of what's left of the Russian Navy. Okay, we still have air superiority over the top, and we're making huge movement into Russia. We've taken Novgorod with help of some Polish conscripts, I guess. Okay, so Latvia's taken that. I kind of wish that I was able to grab some of this stuff, but it might not be likely. So what's actually hitting me here? We're actually trying to attack through there. You know what? Let's actually just disband these blokes. Because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a couple of these blokes sit pretty and just sort of sit here, you know. There's no harm in really pushing out of St. Petersburg, but it's not really our benefit to have a front line there. Just sort of hold it so we don't get flanked, and the real push is going to come for Moscow. Do we have I was going to say a jeep or something, because that would really make some ways through. But no, pretty much go bang on straight to Moscow. They are really depleted in their national unity at the moment. They're currently already 49% of capitulation. It's only going to take 79 before they do. So maybe we should just really go out and just try and take as many of these key cities as possible. See, look at this. Moscow's just been absolutely decimated here. And we're actually pushing through the Caucasus here and through, yeah, near southern Ukraine, you could say. Okay, so after this war with the Russians, let me know in the comments where you would like me to expand. Not particularly fast, if I'm being honest, but we do need to reform the British Empire, which will be obviously huge chunks in the Middle East here. They sort of had this like funny sort of bit going from Egypt all the way down here to South Africa, so you probably want to get that bit. We want to try and get India. We've got Australia. They only had a tiny pocket in North America. They did have Canada, though. Is Canada in NATO? Yeah, Canada's in NATO, because that could be another... Yeah, that's not really going to be a target that we can get because Canada's in NATO. Because technically, Australia isn't in NATO, which is quite funny. I find it ridiculous, to be honest. But it does stand for the Northern Atlantic Treaty or whatever, so... I don't know. We're a close ally, but we're technically not in NATO, and I don't think we even use NATO rounds in our army. Alright, we're still holding off there against the Russians. Doesn't even look like we're going to be able to push their tanks anyway. It looks like the Estonians are moving up some equipment. I don't want non-aggression pacts with people because I'm probably going to declare war upon them. The Russian Navy is getting absolutely fucked up in the Baltic here. We've only lost one of our first casualties here, one of our planes. Right, Moscow is nearly under British control. Belarus is still holding on, you got to give it to them, but the United States and the Greeks are making a push. China's pushed up a bit here against the Russians, but it looks like myself and nuclear warheads hitting Russia fucked them up too much. Right, we've taken Moscow. Too easy. How far are we away now? Oh, 92. What is the next Russian capital? I do know there's a... No, we've already taken that major city there. Oh, it looks like they're going to take Volgograd. That's probably going to be the icing on the cake. You know what? Maybe pushing down here. Like, how many divisions? Oh, nah. That's it. It's used all over. Russia has capitulated. Here we go, here's the war room. So we need to divide things up. Well, I obviously did a huge push here. Maybe the Greeks and the Americans can have the southern bit, but I did most of the work for that. I basically took the bottom half of India here. Maybe I need to divvy up with Pakistan and China, because... No, fuck them. To be fair, they only took this northern bit. Like, they did no work. I took basically the bottom half of it, and maybe giving some of the sort of mountainous alpine region here. We did most of the work down here. And most of the dying. We deserved it. Depending in Russia, yeah, we made the push. These guys just basically sat back. We made that huge sway. We actually took Moscow. So, let's go through the war score and sort of divvy things up around the world. Okay, guys, I've gone through and divvied up the world as best I could. So, Turkey took 6 states. Poland took 2. Greece took 2. I took 110. The United States took 10. China took 17. And... 67,000 equipment was seized. So, let's start off with India here. I managed to take the entirety of the subcontinent, pretty much, except for there was some territories here in the north, which I did give to the Chinese. Now, the Chinese did actually have a pretty decent job here up here. They actually kind of pushed into, what was this? Tajikistan, somewhat in Kazakhstan, and in Eastern Tajikistan. I made the decision to actually give all of Kazakhstan to China, so the Asian coalition actually nearly stretches all the way to the Caucasus here. So I've given the Asian coalition a pretty decent amount of land, which I think is quite fair. I wanted India. I took the bottom half of it. They didn't take the north. They only pushed. They didn't even get far as Nepal, you know. So, but in doing so, I gave them Kazakhstan instead. Okay, Turkey, I managed to give parts of Azerbaijan and Armenia. I also gave the Greeks the Crimea. It's quite fitting and quite funny, actually, because there was an ancient civilization here called Chimeria. I remember them from Rome too. They are a Greek Hellenistic colony, so it's kind of funny that the Greeks actually occupy this now and have here. I gave the United States a footholding in the Caucasus as well, because they did push quite well up through here. Poland actually held on pretty strong. Lithuania isn't in NATO. Oh, they are. Yeah, for some reason I couldn't give Latvia and Lithuania. I was going to give them a little bit of territory. So I pushed Poland's border into Belarus, and then obviously I gave myself the entirety of the northern half of Russia. We've got India here as well. We've done quite well pretty early on so far. Oh, we've even got Kaliningrad just here. It'd be quite interesting to go to Kaliningrad. I can't even fucking say it. Kaliningrad. It's quite close to Warsaw and Berlin. It's only a stone throw away. away, but that's pretty much it for the war. So what's going on now? So we've got just 2 African wars going on. Right. Well, we've managed to rock up to 139 military factories, which is absolutely fantastic. Oh god, here we go. Israel goes to war. Who against? Fucking Palestine. Ah, shit. This is going to kick things off, probably. Seeing that Israel is guaranteed by the United States. Oh, that was easy. It didn't have time to kick anything off with anyone else. Huzzah, guys. There's been a monarchist coup. The monarchists of our country have gathered the public support to successfully launch a coup against our government. They have crowned their monarch, took over the ministry, and now rule the country. Long live the monarchy. This guy fucking... Look at this guy. He loves a monarchy. Now, does that mean my flag changes? It does, slightly. And Queen Elizabeth II is now officially our monarch. Excellent stuff. So, we currently got 24 divisions here now, ready to go. I think, you know what? We'll head these guys down to Turkey. I think we should attack Syria. Start our Middle Eastern campaign now. We'll make our way through the Middle East where we can, and then we'll probably push down from Egypt and try and push down and hit South Africa. I do want to try and take out Argentina over the conflict over the Falklands, and then maybe Brazil. Probably can't take Canada. Wars-wise, yeah, nothing really else is going on. Israel managed to smash Palestine, though. Here we go. Coup in Britain, the government. Yes. Excellent. So, what's their opinion of, like, us now? I'm just curious. Like, what do the Germans think? They actually don't mind us. What about the Americans? Maybe we should try and flip a lot of the, you know, NATO countries to monarchies. That could be our bet. Out of curiosity in the world, who actually has a monarchy? Bahrain? Most of the Middle East. Jordan, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Tonga, Vatican City, the United Arab Emirates. We could break away at some point and create our own British Empire, our own Entente, if you will. But yeah, let's go down and deal with the Syrians, Bashar al-Assad. I always thought, like, oh, Jordan's justifying against them. I think Morocco was justifying... No, I thought Morocco was justifying against Spain at some point. I was just thinking, yeah, I always... Why isn't, like, Russia in this mod guaranteeing Syria, you know? Because they probably would. I don't know if they would in real... I think, like, they probably would in real life if Syria actually got declared war upon, you know? Whoa, what's this? Mexico joins NATO? Mexico goes to war against Guatemala? Okay. So now the entirety of North America is under NATO control. What are the Mexicans rolling with? Akadakas, AK-47s by the look of it. Same with Guatemala. Abandoning the EU... Oh, what? Abandoning the EU. I was wondering if there was going to be any consequences for us actually flipping over to a monarchy. I don't care about the EU, but potentially NATO would be a problem. So while monarchies are not technically banned from joining the European Union, they have to have... They have to have petty little things like parliaments or elections, which the grand system around thankfully is devoid. This, however, is right. So we actually are leaving the European Union. So that's actually quite good. The British Empire leaves the European Union. So we're technically, yeah, we're called the British Empire now, technically, which is cool. So yeah, the British Empire. We actually reformed it. So we managed to get the Brexit event without using the mod. Syria goes to war with, wow, Jordan. Okay, Mexico managed to take Guatemala, seizing 8,000 equipment. But the Syrians are at each other's throat. Maybe we should go and help the monarchy down in Jordan, who are actually giving military access to the States. We have 24 divisions there raring to go. We've actually got a new unit down in London. Out of curiosity, what are we rolling with? So we've got some Russian artillery. We've also got our own L112 981s. We've got the Churchill mechanized, however we do have some Russian equipment. So mostly just Russian equipment for the time being. Okay, we've got some unassigned divisions in Gibraltar and I believe Down in the Falklands, yeah. But apart from that, we're actually pretty alright. Panama goes to war with Costa Rica. Wowzers, things are kicking off. But it looks like Jordan has even pushed up as far as hitting the Axis. Oh, what is this? The United States expels us from NATO? No! Thus, due to your in common stance ideology, our military alliance is no more. What? The American ambassador shouted at Queen Elizabeth II today. It seems that the United States is no longer interested in continuing our military partnership and alliance and has locked our delegation out of the faction conventions. These fools. We've been kicked out of NATO. You're kidding me. I don't believe it. Asked to join. They accepted. Maybe we should try and boost monarchy in the United States. I don't know who the King or Queen of England will be, the United States, but I'd find that quite funny. Maybe we should do that in some of the key places as well. Maybe like monarchy in Germany. Get a Habsburg in. Sorry, France, you pretty much killed all your descendants. Maybe you can make... Who's some famous Frenchman? I can't think of any famous Frenchmen off the top of my head, only like football players. Maybe Griezmann or Paul Pogba, or maybe someone, a descent of Napoleon. Who fucking knows? Anyway, 24 divisions here. We're on the... Oh, wow. Okay. So, are we in NATO now? Yeah, we are. We're back in NATO. Because I wanted to go to Turkey, and then we'll hit Syria from the north. So, let's do that. We'll swing around here. Because I want to grab my bit of Syria. Because we're probably going to go to war with Jordan anyway. Okay, we've got another unit here, a tank. So what does the tank use? This is actually mostly just British equipment. We are using some of the mobile techies from India, Russia. Looks like Belarus. But anyway, military factories are coming along. We are slowly but surely repairing where we can. We need to rocket this up here. Hang on. We need to repair Russia and all the territory we've taken before we even focus on building these sort of stuff, you know? And our ideology should be on construction and repair. Yep. Excellent. Perfecto. Right, we'll wait to go against Syria, but to be honest, they're not going to expect a fight in the north. We've got 8 million manpower now. We've only got 24 divisions still. Panama and Costa Rica, the war has ended. The Africans are still going at each other's throat. You know what? Let's just justify against Syria, because I think we're pretty much ready to push over and across. Oh, here we go. Border dispute. Indonesia. Oh, what? Indonesia has disputed the legitimacy on Jojo Widodo refused contract. Okay. So there's been a border dispute against Indonesia and Australia. I think it's got something to do with down here. So does that mean they're justifying against us? I don't know. Oh, we probably need to... Ah, fuck. Shit, I might have just fucked it up there. Because... technically... Oh, here we go. No, we've been expelled. Oh, what? Oh, come off it. Right, so it actually looks like they're really pissed off now. We're not going to be joining back. That sucks. So what I accidentally didn't do is I didn't call in my allies, so I couldn't push over the border from Turkey, and then we got exiled, so we're actually heading back up to our territories in Russia. Honduras goes to war against Nicaragua. Oh no, guys. Japan is justifying war against us. Oh, that's terrible. From what I can remember, I think I actually lost a campaign. It might have been Vatican City, or was it one of the Russia? I think it might have been Vatican City campaign, or maybe it was Sparta. When, oh, we're not in NATO, so they're probably going to go to war with me. And then they're going to join NATO, and then NATO's going to be at war with me. Oh, no. Yeah, I think it was the Vatican City series. Oh, hopefully it doesn't happen again. Anyway, we're at war with Syria, but it looks like they're going to capitulate to... Yeah, it just looks like they're going to capitulate to Jordan, but I can't actually get there. And it doesn't look like I can rejoin the United States. They just keep on kicking me out because I have a different ideology to them. Perhaps if I can... yeah, maybe convert them to monarchy. Get the Royalist Party of the USA in. Continue in Germany and France as well. Might be able to change things up. You know what? Bugger it. Let's actually quite literally reform the British Empire. Let's sort through diplomacy. And Australia looks like they're probably going to be the most likely to do it. Yep, let's do it then. Let's boost popularity there. And let's create the British Empire. Let's just call it that. Straight up. Who wants to join the British Empire? Join the Empress, Queen Elizabeth II. Boom. Australia has accepted. And now, we're red as well. Okay, let's try and invite whoever we want. Cyprus, no. France actually quite likes me. I want to see if there's anyone that will join. Nah, it doesn't look like it. Maybe we're going to have to... oh, wait, no, Jordan can be invited. Yep, sure, let's get Jordan up in here. I'm more than happy. Maybe the Saudis. Oh, no, they're already in CS... no, Peninsula Shield, isn't it? Oh, this is how we can get that war in. Invite me to the war. Yes. Oh, okay. So, we... right, so... oh, they do have a port. Do they? Is that a Jordanian? Yeah, it's a Jordanian port. Oh, we actually can get to Syria if we want. But by the look of it, it looks like they've got them on the back foot. We can actually get... no, we can't go through the Suez. Buggy. I was thinking maybe we could go through Africa now if we can't go through Syria, you know. Or maybe we can't even go through Africa. No, because we technically don't have that there. We've only got Gibraltar. I only just noticed these tiny fuck-off factions in Africa. 7th of September 2019. So we've got the African Federation with Uganda. And then we've got... what do we got here? The North American Entente. Cameroon has a peace treaty with Guatemala. African Federation. Yeah, so there's actually a couple of factions here, yeah. The Palestine Cordant, okay. CSTO, NATO, Peninsula Shield, the British Empire. The North American Entente. Okay. Oh no, I figured out how to actually get here now. I wasn't technically at a port in Kaliningrad, but I think they've got them here. They are actually outnumbered. There's a lot more Syrians than there are Jordanians. But perhaps, yeah, they've got more sort of light tanks. Maybe they have more sort of heavy equipment. Non-aggression pact with Moldova. Looks like Japan is still justifying against us, unfortunately. Oh, fuck. Here we go again. Done by Japan. I'm pretty pissed off about this because she might be all over Red Rover. I wanted to play a monarchist playthrough, but it just looks like NATO's kicked me in the fucking balls again. So now we're at war with the entirety of NATO, except for the United States. There's no way that 24 divisions are going to even do a decent job. Where the fuck even are they? They're heading all the way to Syria. You might as well, I don't know, just head back to London, I guess. I don't know how we're going to rectify this situation. Maybe get some coups underway in some of these countries might be a good idea. But at this point in time, we might be ending the series prematurely, like the Vatican one as well. It's fucking Japan. Why does Japan, like, have a focus tree for us? Like, what is this shit? She's not looking good, guys. It's the 4th of November 2019. Just looking at the war here. So we've got the British-Japanese war. It's not as bad as it could be, but the thing is, right, not everyone's in. We only need to knock out Japan and Germany, actually. The United States, Mexico aren't even in it, so we don't even need to knock out France. But just looking at this, 44 divisions here. They've another 100. another 50 there with Turkey. So probably about 400, probably 300, between 200 and 400 divisions, I'd say. Sendings, we only have 23. That's really not a good margin. And then there's this British-Syrian war. The thing is, right, because we currently have, like, the entirety of Russia and India, there's no way we're going to be able to defend those territories. So we're getting, like, small little niggles here already in our border. We're already 5% down. So what I could do is I could swing around my army to Russia, swing around this way and actually push into Germany. I don't know how well we're going to do. We've already had our first naval invasion here. We are actually getting a couple of dangerous ones, but it sucks. I had a lot of plans for this series, especially going down and hitting Africa, but I didn't expect to get knocked out of NATO. Staying in NATO was like my main objective, but leaving the EU and the United States kicking me out, there's not really too much I can do about it. I probably could put a coup in the States, maybe in France and in Germany, but I'll try and rectify this situation, but we probably will get knocked out in the next episode. I will do episode 4, so stay tuned for that, and we'll sort of see how this conflict is resolved, I guess. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section down below your feedback for the series, and if you'd like to see more, that's the best way to ensure more content. Leave a dislike if you're not enjoying the series. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. Highly recommend Twitter. Every single time I post a video, a tweet goes out. It's much more reliable than the YouTube sub box. These days, to get all the notifications for the channel, you have to click the bell, of course, to join the notifications squad. I do enjoy reading those comments. If you guys would like to get yourself some cheap and reliable games, check out my G2A affiliation link in the description below. Maybe you can pick up a strategy game you haven't picked up just yet. Maybe Hearts of Iron, maybe Crusader Kings 2, maybe a Total War. Check out my G2A affiliation link in the description below for cheap and reliable games. I do recommend going and checking out the prices even. There's some really good prices on there. Patreon and merchandise link in the description below, along with the Steam group. Come and join the community on Steam. And on that note, unfortunately, I have to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching once again. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye. Really close cinematic shots here, pushing through the breach. Oh, look at... That was probably the shot of the video there.